hopes for the Promised Neighborhood, hopefully, is that it energizes a lot of different folks in these particular neighborhoods to both get active and to care about the conditions and circumstances of their children and other children. That it really mobilizes a new way of thinking around what some people describe in fancy words, but important words, the whole child. So that we're able to bring a lot of different kinds of resources to surround children who need it the most. So it's all of that language that we call social, emotional, physical, intellectual, cultural, in a sort of healthy, collaborative, both conversation and a set of actions and institutional responses to children who need it most. And, you know, it really is about helping poor children and give them access to enrichment. At the Central Arkansas Library System and our Children's Initiative, this is wonderfully complementary to our work and our vision, which is really trying to build and create in this area south of 630, between 12th Street and Jonesboro, the new children's library. We also use different language. It's not just a library in our minds, even though that is certainly what it will be and what it is, but it's a library and learning center. So what we want to do is to create a collaborative set of partnerships around enriching the learning lives of as many children as possible, particularly those children for whom such opportunities are limited. This includes really a broad and an enriching kind of curriculum that includes certainly basic literacy and intellectual activity, but also arts and helping kids find their own interest and passions. And because we're going to be on a 5-acre site, the idea is certainly to use this to engage kids environmentally and ecologically, and to see the connection between knowing ecologically and knowing writ large and with literacy, and also to give kids the opportunity to have a lot of fun. We hope to have a teaching greenhouse, maybe even a teaching tool shed, and a variety of programmatic responses that really is about enriching the learning lives of children. We can't do that alone. We know that this is really built on partnerships, which is the other wonderful thing about Promised Neighborhood, which is really, again, built on the notion that we can collectively do a better job than we can by ourselves. So, Children's Hospital, New Futures for Youth, University of Arkansas at Little Rock, UALR, Little Rock School District, First Tee, Audubon Society, the state, the city. We want to be a switching station for these resources being channeled into the needs of the children who need it most in a really architecturally unique place. We also want to think about recreating the ecoregions of Arkansas on this site. And the idea really is to make this a place-based, localized effort to meet the needs of children in really 21st century ways, connecting local to global. And and again, that takes us full circle to how I think it connects to the hope and promise of the Promised Neighborhoods, which is that this is work that we're already doing. It's very consistent with the dreams, I think, that Jeffrey Canada and others have across this country about Promised Neighborhoods, sort of emulating and at least seeking ideas from the Harlem Children's Zone, looking holistically, recognizing that children need more than just tutorials, but also support and love and care. And so we're going to try to create a place that does that and connect with our friends in the Promised Neighborhood in a way that hopefully will make a difference in a lot of children's lives. And we'll do that again through the arts and having fun and technology and growing things and understanding the future and energy issues that the building will teach. So this is a great partnership between CAL's Promised Neighborhoods and the quest for partnering around the needs of our children. Well, the long-term hope certainly imagine and create some images of hope and possibility that it's really about renewing neighborhoods and families and that renewing may be physical, architectural, physical, with sidewalks and curbs and gutters and restored wonderful houses and architecture. In fact, in our work, we're going to do that, we hope, with a few houses and add curbs, gutter lighting. So we think there's a real relationship between sort of the physical, if you will, neighborhood and community architecture, as well as a programmatic response around the needs of children and families. But those things work together. And so I think then it's really about cementing some new kinds of partnerships that really help to both physically and in terms of beauty and opportunity for families and children and youth in that part of the community so it's about physically trying to renew the place. I think it's about trying to renew it educationally and socially, politically, culturally, civically, by creating again, this holistic response to the needs of families and children. So, you know, you'd like to think that you'd be able to drive down 12th Street and see bicycle paths and walking and new kinds of businesses. One of our dreams and hopes is that we help children understand the significance and importance of health writ large around nutrition and eating wisely and giving kids the idea that there might be more than just fast food. And we'll do that by partnering with a number of community gardens and creating, again, this hub of gardening. So imagine a neighborhood with gardens instead of liquor stores or whatever that may be unbecoming to a healthy family life. We think that, at least my image again would be that you've got a place that's renewed physically, spiritually, educationally, culturally, intellectually. And you've got new kinds of storefronts. You've got kids who are deeply and actively engaged in restoring their own community, building their own community, building their own future. And I think that probably means we ought to be listening to them a little more. We don't do that very well. And again, this is an opportunity to do some of that as well, I know. So imagine, man, a community that is renewed physically and spiritually and intellectually and educationally and culturally. And we're going to take just a little corner of that and create a place that hopefully will help spread a kind of beauty and joy and learning and renewal.